There's some new stuff out. Let's get ready. Let's chit chat. Let's put some of these new products on my face. And then afterwards, we'll just scroll through Sephora and see, what else is new in these streets. But first, before I get started, let's do a check-in. How y'all doing? How are you feeling mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically? It is already a long year and it is only February 4th. That's when I am recording this. Y'all, a lot has happened. And I feel that it can just be heavy. It has been extremely heavy. However, I said this in a previous video. Please take care of yourself. Please do not get into a dark hole where you were just over consuming just all the things on a regular basis, because it will start to weigh on you. Like, I found for myself, just even talking about it a lot, with friends, family, whatever the case may be, it can be daunting and it's just heavy. So I'm not saying being ignorant, but what I am saying is take care of you, be mindful of what you're consuming, pray, and get in the word, because at the end of the day, that is the thing that is keeping me, no matter what is going on, no matter what's being said, no matter what policies or whatever the case may be is going down, at the end of the day, Jesus is Lord and he's still on the throne. And that's that. Okay, so first things first here, new makeup drops. This has been the first time in a long time that I have been excited about just like new makeup. Now I know for me, over the past year, your girl's been going through a lot of things personally. So, paying attention to new makeup drops just simply was not my priority, that happens. And then I think sometimes too, we get in a funk. And that's okay. Like, we just get in a funk sometimes. Life be lifing. And I think what can happen is, because we may be in a funk, we might start to think that, oh, well, maybe I don't like the same thing that I used to like anymore. And sometimes, yes, that can be the case because we do grow. But sometimes it's just like, hey, right now where I'm at in my life, my priorities have shifted. And I got to get myself together in here and in here first before I can even just give my attention to other things, if that makes any sense. Anywho, starting off with the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Balm in Universal. I like this for the blurring factor, so let me zoom y'all in. If you are someone like me who has texture or your pores are larger than life, you're gonna love it. Now, I already did a video on this foundation. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. If you have not seen it, check it out. I did not buy it, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't recommend that you buy it. Is it a terrible foundation? No. Is it the best foundation on the market? No, which is why I have a sample. I didn't buy it because I didn't want to buy it, and I don't need to buy it. Now, for me personally, with my skin in this foundation, if you have not watched my review, I feel that, and my shade is 6W, by the way, I feel that it emphasizes my texture. Now, I don't want to place all the blame on the foundation just for the sole fact of that's why I had honestly pulled back from wearing foundation like that anyway, because I just got to a point where I felt like, okay, my skin is looking better without it. Now, if I am going to wear a foundation, I obviously do not want it to emphasize any texture or pores that I might have. So if I'm going to go with a foundation, I'm very, very, particular about it. My current favorite is the Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation in the shade 31. It is a waterproof self-setting foundation, and I did a video on this as well where I showed y'all my cry-proof makeup routine. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. That foundation does not emphasize any of my texture. And also, just being mindful about how much product you're putting on the face, right? I think, depending on what you're doing, obviously if it's a special occasion, bridal, situation where full glam is needed, I get it. We're going full coverage, but I try to be very strategic about where I place my foundation because I know the more product I have in a particular area, especially if there is more texture there, then it's probably going to not look as best. Now, the other thing about this foundation is the shade range, and I already told the rep because she was there at the store. For those of you who are new here, I'm Amber. I'm a professional makeup artist, hairstylist. I've been a beauty professional for 12 years. I closed my salon studio in October because the Lord told me to, and I am shifting and refocusing on, I am at a place now where I am focusing on my first love, and that is makeup artistry. So I still travel. I do hair and makeup for bodybuilding competitions, and I am also a makeup artist at Sephora, and I've been there for 4 months. So I told the rep that the foundation, I like how it goes on. It's easy to blend. I have used it on clients. Unfortunately, I've only been able to use it on clients that are in the shade range between 3 and 5 because the lighter side of the foundation shades needs just as much work as the deeper side. So, and she was very well aware, and I gave her my professional opinion. I said, you can get some neutral golden going on that deeper end instead of just in, because what a lot of brands do is they will start off, strong towards the beginning, and you'll see 1N, 2N, C, warm, peach. You'll see different options, and then as you get probably to about 6, you might get a 6W, a 6N, and then after that it's 7N, 8N, 9N, 10N, and it's almost like y'all just gave up once you started going darker, and I don't understand why that happens. The N range, particularly for this shade 6N, it is so red. It is the reddest neutral I have ever seen in my life. So like, I know for me, especially like when I start working on my deeper, darker clients, I'm looking for something that's going to be like a neutral golden, a neutral warm. That's always going to be what I go for, just simply because most women of color, deeper skinned women, they have a little bit of that gold hint, but at the same time, you don't want it to go too warm because now we're too red or it goes orange. It's just a whole thing. But yeah, this foundation, not my favorite. Not my favorite. Now, I don't have a new concealer to use, so I'm just going to go in with, you know what? I have not used my Pat McGrath concealer in a minute. Let's use this. My Makeup by Mario concealer is almost out. We've almost worn her out because I use my products on my channel, y'all. So let's go in with Pat McGrath concealer. I'm going to be using the shade MD24 because there aren't any new concealers that are out or coming up that I know of. So I'm just going to place it here and here. I'm gonna let that sit for a moment. Now for a new product, I don't know which one I want to use, but I'll do a video on both. The Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, and then I have the Rare Beauty Liquid Contour. I think because I'm a bronzer girly, let's go with the Charlotte Tilbury. I've always been a fan of the contour wands. This shade, this is the medium deep. This is the most perfect color for me because it's not too warm and it's not too cool. Of course, the gripe was where are the deeper shades, but this is a different color than this one here. So the shade that I have, which is tan, this is more bronzy than that shade, all right? Now the component, what I like to do is like to squeeze a little bit out first and then close it so that way I don't get too much product. And you just want to be mindful because if you don't close this thing back, it is going to be messy. It is a messy component. So I love this shade, and I'm going to blend her out with the same brush that I put my foundation on, Amberp Beauty Pro Tip. I use the same brushes for a lot of steps, especially when I'm working on my clients. It helps me to work faster. And y'all, like, you don't need all these brushes like you think you do, okay? I'm gonna have a video coming up soon on my favorite brushes. I got a lot of content coming up. I've got some, you know, professional content that I think will be fun no matter what. If you are a, you know, a beginner, enthusiast makeup artist, or if you're a makeup lover, or if you're just a makeup nosy, I think you're gonna enjoy it. But I love the shade. And again, like something that I tell clients too, especially when I'm at work, is you got to keep in mind everyone's eye just likes different things, right? For me, I'm always like, if you look at any of the work that I do on my clients and even how I do my own makeup, I'm a bronzy girl, okay? Like I prefer to be bronzy. So you just have to ask yourself, what tones do you like to see? Do you like to see yourself a little bit more chiseled out? Do you like maybe a cooler tone on your skin? Or do you like warmer? It's not wrong. It's just preference, you know? So you have to know what you like. And sometimes in order to figure out what you like, you got to kind of play around a little bit. And that's something that I definitely spent last year focusing on with my professional work. It's just my signature style, figuring out what I like, how I like to do makeup, how I like my clients to look. Nice and bronzy, bronzy. I am going to take a little bit of this, just a tish bit, and go, oops, knocked over my mic, and just go on my nose here just a little bit. And I have been using these on my clients, and I love the undertones. So for me personally, and again, this is preference, no right or wrong. If I have to choose between a liquid bronzer or contour over a cream, I'm gonna go liquid all day long. I just think they are easier to blend, and I like how they look on the skin. It's just something about it. I think it just sinks into the skin better. That's just me though. All right, so now we have bronzed up. Bronzy, bronzy, bronzy. And also another Amberp beauty pro tip, whenever I'm doing any kind of like sculpting around the nose, whether it be with liquid or powder, I use a small eyeshadow blending brush. Now this is the Wayne Goss brush. You don't got to use the Wayne Goss brush. A good dupe for this, one of my favorite brushes, is actually the Sephora collection number 24 blending brush. That's what I use at work. And I like it because it's small enough to do any kind of like bronzing, sculpting, but also it helps you to blend at the same time. So that's one of my favorites. Next up, let's go in with some blush. This blush is stunning, okay? I love this blush. This is the Patrick Ta blush. She knows who she is. It is gorgeous. When I saw it online, I was like, oh, that's for me. My lips are chapped. Hold on. Let me get a little something on these lips, lips. Y'all remember these Lancome Juicy Tubes? Is this still a thing? I'm so out of touch with Lancome. I know they have a new mascara coming out, which I am excited to try because I do like Lancome mascaras. That's better. Okay, so this is beautiful. I love it, I love it, I love it. So let me get a little blush brush. So I'm gonna go in with the cream first. And I appreciate that we get a flap here so that way the powder don't be going all over the place. So what I always do is I dip into the cream, and then I always dab off a little on the back of my hand, and then I just kind of work off of the back of my hand. Reason why I do that is just so that way I can control how much product. Look at this color. Tell me that ain't pretty. Tell me that ain't pretty. Lord have mercy. I'm just gonna come over here. Oops, so my concealer. And notice that I put my concealer on just to sit. That's just so that way it can be a little bit more pigmented. And also I like to do my bronzer and blush first before blending out my concealer, because now when I go in and blend out my concealer, everything's going to be airbrushed. So the concealer is going to go over the bronzer and the blush a little bit, and it's just going to help it look nice, seamless, and blended. This is stunning. I love it, I love it, I love it. And I know Patrick Ta, how he says you do the powder first and then you do the cream. And I've played with it like that, and that was a little too intense for me. I understand. If you want like that pale blush look, I get it. However, for what I want and my preference, I was like, nah, PT, that ain't for me, but I get it. All right, so now I'm going to take my Real Techniques brush, and I am just going to blend this out. Now, leaving this sitting is not going to work for every concealer. So you gotta know your product, right? If you try to leave something like a Tarte Shape Tape sitting for that long, sweetheart, good luck. You're gonna be blending from now to the return of Christ. It's just not, you're not gonna be able to budge her because she has sat down in place, okay? So make sure you understand the consistency of it, because if it is something that dries down matte and fast, you are not going to be able to blend it out. And you see how I just went right on over where we laid down the blush and the bronzer, and it just blended everything out. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Also notice how I am pressing. I am pressing into my skin. I'm not swiping, I'm not swirling. Rule of thumb, when you press your product in, regardless if it be, you know, eyeshadow on the lid, or if it is, you know, foundation, concealer, it's called a stippling motion, and that's going to give you the most color payoff. I think that's why sometimes some people feel like they struggle with getting coverage. It's not necessarily the product that they're using, it's just the technique. So if you're just swirling it around your face, or if you're using your fingers and you're just swirling it around, well, of course you're not going to get as much coverage, because all you're doing is just shifting it and moving it around. And then also real quick, because this is something that I have been thinking about for a little bit, and it's only because of the interactions that I have with clients at work. Like, working at Sephora has really given me a whole nother insight onto the psychology of clients and what they think and when they're shopping for makeup. Because one of the big things, like the trend right now, is the, oh yeah, the no makeup look, right? So obviously whenever I go to work, I wear makeup because I think it's silly for me to work as a makeup artist at a makeup store and not wear makeup. That's not going to help me sell makeup. And then obviously when people see that my makeup is done, like I'm my walking advertising, they say, hey, I like your makeup, can you do mine, right? Because you're not going to go to a toothless dentist. Okay, you feel me? Anywho. Okay, I took some concealer onto my eyes as well, but something that I see very common at work is clients come in, they're saying, hey, you know, I want this so-and-so product, however, I don't want to lie, I want like a makeup, no makeup look. Here's what we got to understand about the makeup, no makeup look, because as a professional makeup artist, I am definitely a soft glam girly, right? However, things that I am learning, because I work so hard at just upping my skills and growing my skills, I want to be the best I can possibly be, so that way I can produce the best looks for clients, so that way they feel beautiful, right? And so for me, I'm always learning, and something that I've had to learn is, hey, Amber, don't be afraid to put on a little bit more makeup, because the thing with the makeup, no makeup looks, y'all, they are not going to last you. They won't last. So something that I ask is, oh, okay, so how you're doing your makeup right now? How do you feel about it? Does it last? No, it never lasts. And so it's just kind of like, we have to get to a place where it's like, listen, I get it if it's a day where we're just running errands and you want to throw on a little tinted moisturizer or some SPF because you're not doing too much, okay, cool. But if you're going to work, because I know a lot of people are going back into the office now, I know a lot of people are just, life's changing and whatnot, and you have to understand that if you want your makeup to last, then you're going to need something with a little bit more coverage. You're going to need to put on a little bit more, so that way you have the longevity of it, right? And so like the whole makeup, no makeup, I really want that to kind of go away. Like I said, I am definitely a soft glam girl. Like when you see me, you know I have makeup on, but all the clients always say, wow, your makeup looks so pretty. What do you have on your face? And I'll say, well, not that slip tint. That's not what it is. You know what I mean? So you have to understand that in order to get it to look flawless and in order to get it to last, you're going to have to put on a little bit more. But with that, you just want to make sure you're using the right products for you. Not even sure how we got there. But yeah, the psychology of clients and listening to them. And I follow Benny Beauty on Instagram. His makeup style is very different from how I do mine. However, I learned so much from him. He's an amazing makeup artist in Houston. I want to move to Houston so bad. I don't think I've ever said that. I'm putting it out here. I have been praying about this, and I don't know what it is about Houston. I am just drawn to it. Anywho, I want to move there. And he, like I said, his style is so different from mine, but that's what I love. I love learning from people who have been in it longer than me, who may even have a different style, because no matter what your style and the type of clientele and demographic you work on, you can always learn from someone else, right? And he was doing a class with one girl, and he said, you got to put more on. He said, and then he said, every girl needs to know how to curl their hair and put on their makeup. And he said, if your man's saying that you look better without makeup, he's lying. And he is. I thought that was so funny. I'm not saying you're ugly. I'm not saying you have to wear makeup, but it was just cool to hear a male's perspective. You know what I mean? He was basically saying like, yeah, he said you pretty without makeup, but no. They're like, he finds other women that have makeup on that are beautiful as well. I just thought it was funny. Anywho, some might not think it's funny. I have a sense of humor. I'm not sensitive. I ain't bothered by much. Anywho. Okay, next up, this Huda Beauty powder, right? This is the purple one. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. When I saw this, I rolled my eyes. I did. I rolled my eyes hard because why? Why do we need a purple powder? This seems gimmicky. But then I kind of started thinking, it's like, this probably would brighten, especially if you do have a yellow golden undertone, because now we're going to the color wheel, right? And here's the thing. Let's go back to ABH real quick. So, knowing your undertones for yourself is going to be a huge deal, because when you know your undertone, it is going to help you figure out what your shade is. For me, I know I have a golden undertone, the most perfect shade match for me. If I can find neutral golden, that's always going to be a win for me, right? What happens is some of these brands get out here and they try to reinvent the color wheel. So that's why if you know you're like maybe a neutral or a warm undertone by the traditional color wheel, by standards, and then you go to a brand, because every brand does not do things equally. For example, Max Color Theory and their color wheel is the most absolute asinine color wheel I've ever seen in my life. It don't make a lick of sense, right? And so because every brand doesn't follow the true color wheel, it can throw you off, which is why it's always important to use your eyes. Anywho, with this is purple. I was skeptical, because I have the pink powder. Y'all don't need all of these. I have them in my kit for working purposes, and I'm going to do a video on both of these powders, but I'm not a fan of the pink powder, okay? I use it here and there. I'm not a fan of it. Definitely not a fan of the pink powder on my skin tone or deeper. Absolutely not. Now the purple, I tested it out on one of my managers at work first, and because she's got very, very fair skin. And I said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to test it on you because you're fair, and I need to know if this is going to make your under eye like vibrant purple. Then I'm going to test it on myself to see if this is going to make me look like ashy or crazy looking, right? I tested it on her, blended out beautifully. I was shook. So I said, let me try it out on me. Now, the reason why I started really thinking about it was just because, okay, I have a golden undertone. So, you know, the gold, yellow, purple is the opposite of the color wheel. I was like, that might give me a little bit of boost. You know what I mean? So here's what I do. Okay, so I open it up and I put a little bit on the back of the cap here, okay? Then we're going to take a puff and we're going to put this puff right on in there. This is what I do on clients too. So now, this is too much, babes. We don't need all that because we're going to get crepey. It's going to be creasy. It's going to be a mess, right? So I'm just going to press into my hand first. And I start off under, okay? So I haven't even gone under my eye yet. And then whatever is left, then I'm going to push it in. I don't take, especially loose powder, I don't take it immediately up under the eye, just simply because we don't want to run the risk of getting too much product under the eye. So dip it in, tap off on the hand, start up under first, and then whatever residue is left, that's pretty. I was shook. I was not expecting to like it. And I do like it. And I hate loose powder. And I don't hate loose powder because I don't like the look of it. I hate how messy they are. However, again, when we're talking about locking in makeup, when we're talking about longevity, is necessary. But then we got to pick our poison too, because if I am working on someone who maybe has, you know, more mature skin, or we have more fine lines, or we have wrinkles, we got to pay the cost to be the boss, because this ain't going to be it. This might not be the best technique, because if it's going to make the under eye area look worse, I'm not doing it. All right, so starting off here first. And then notice how I am pulling it up and out, lifting the face. All right, then whatever is left. And then also something that's very helpful with, you know, preventing creasing with concealer, less is more. Because I think sometimes what happens is when you put so much concealer on, I'm just going to take the rest of the powder and put it on my eyelid to set the concealer that I put up there. When you put on too much concealer, it takes a little bit longer for it to set down and dry down. And then it's kind of like when you have like cake batter, cake mix, right? And you put a little bit of water on it and it just kind of grabs and collects. That's what it does to the face sometimes. So don't put too much on, you know, allow it to kind of dry down a little bit, because when it's just wet and you go right in with powder, that's when it kind of gathers and gets creasy on you. Just take your time. And then notice how I'm going over. Even if I am working on somebody who maybe has a lot of fine lines, instead of blending it out, the concealer out with a brush, I'll use a triangle puff. And I like that because the thing with this is that it pushes it in and it'll kind of soak up a little bit of product if it's maybe too much under the eyes. And I feel that keeps it from getting all gross and creasy as well. So this Huda powder is a win. I'm sorry if this video is going to be too long. Real quick, I forgot to mention that she did put the scent back in this. So if you're sensitive to fragrance, that's probably going to irritate you a little bit. Okay. That looks so freaking good. It is definitely brighter, but what I like about it is I don't look white. And it's not too bright for me. Like, this is something that I would do if I know I'm going to be getting photographed. That's when I would pull this out. All right, so now for the rest of my face, I'm just going to set the rest of my face with my Sephora Micro Smooth powder. Because this is what I like. If I, you know, was wanting something like more bulletproof, then I would use my Makeup by Mario powder. But this will work for today. And again, I really like using the puff, especially for someone who has oily skin, because this is just going to make everything look smooth, because we're literally pushing the powder. And I would do the same thing with the loose powder as well. And then I will just go over a little bit to take the shine down, because like I said, I do have large pores and I'm an oily girl. So this is what the face is looking like. Smooth like butter, okay, babes? And then what other new products do I have? I don't have any powder, new bronzer. So let's just go in and finish up. I'm going to go back to the Patrick Ta blush. Same thing again, because this stuff is pigmented. Oh, it looks so pretty. Obsessed, 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 obsessed. Okay, and then I do have a new brow product, which I have been going back and forth with. So it sounds like a great idea in theory. And when I tested it out at work, I was like, cool, this is bomb, right? Love this. So this is the Benefit Mighty Fine Brow Pen. So y'all know I love a good brow pen, right? So I'll use Anastasia's, I'll use Milani's, and I've been using the Maybelline one, right, as of lately. So this is just one This one has 3 strokes, so I thought, okay, work. This will be cool, right? Hold on, let me spray to take some of the powder down. Now, if I was going to work, then I would use my one size just to help oil control. I hate that stuff. I have a love-hate relationship with this stuff. If you have dry skin, you don't have no business using this. Like, it's... Okay. So my love-hate relationship with this is it's just not consistent. So sometimes the pigmentation comes out good, and then sometimes it doesn't. So again, I like it when I can get it to work, but then when I can't get it to work, it's like, Like, I guess we're okay. No, I'm not gonna use it because it's too finicky. I'm just gonna go back to what I know. But that was a very disappointing product for me. And this is the Maybelline Build-A-Brow. So it's got this, and then it has this gel on the other side. I don't really use that like that. Oh, this is not going to be a good brow day. I should have just went ahead and started off with this, because this is not ever the shape that I do with my brows. Okay. All right. No. This is not. That's not it. This is not it. Take this off. Take her off. Yikes. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me fix my brows, and then I'll show you my new lip products. Okay, so it definitely ain't my best brow moment. Brows are like that. Some days were a good day, some days we're having a bad day. It is what it is. Anywho, let's throw something on the eyes. I'm feeling a monochromatic look. So here's what we about to do, babes. Rocket, close the door. The door is open because Rocket decided to come in here. Anywho, we're going to go back in with this Patrick Ta blush, and I'm just going to use a fluffy Wayne Goss brush. Y'all be mad at me because I don't ever tell you what brush I'm using. Here's the thing, and when I do my brush video, I'll go deeper into it. You have to keep in mind that every brush might not be suited for you, especially once you start talking about eyes. If you're someone who has a smaller eye set, then this Wayne Goss number 16 brush, it is a bigger, it is a bigger, fluffier brush. So if you have a smaller eye set, this might be too big for you. So just keep that in mind, all right? So yeah, I'm taking this blush and I'm gonna press this all up and through my eye. Oh, this is gonna be really pretty. Yes, come on, monochromatic look. Tell me this ain't cute. Get in my face. Oops, get in my face. Tell me that's not pretty. Like, get out of here. Come on. This is gonna be my go-to look now for the rest of February when I go to work. It's just giving soft, it's giving romantic, it's giving love, it's giving Valentine's, you know. Love is patient, love is kind, all the things. It's not boastful. Love was on my nerves so bad the other day, y'all. My love was not patient. I'm keeping it a buck. My love was not patient for him. Oh, that's marriage. Okay, beautiful. Then I'm just going to clean that up. Like so. Then I'm just going to wipe that same brush off. I always keep like a towel, paper towel near me when I'm working on clients or on myself. Now that it's clean, and then I'm just going to blend. And y'all, look. Tell me that's not... Y'all be thinking you have to do like a crease color or this color. You don't, okay? You don't. Beautiful. Especially like when your skin and the brows are on point. Brows aren't like to my liking right now, but that's okay. But you feel me. All is well. We're not going to complain. Amen. Amen. I won't complain. So benefit, I got this mascara in gratis, okay? I didn't even know anything about it. And so I was like, oh, Benefit came out with a new mascara. And then Benefit came out with a new mascara. I think it's called Bounce. I was playing with it with one of my colleagues the other day, but I'm a Benefit mascara girl. My favorite mascaras are Benefit Bad Gal Bang. That's my number one. Lancome Idol, and then NARS Climax. But this Fan Fest, whoop, I love it. And here's the other thing too, all mascaras aren't treated equally as well. So keep in mind, like whenever a client asks me what my favorite mascara is, I look at their lashes, because just like your hair is typically similar to your lashes. My lashes are curly. So my lashes, boop, they curl up on their own. I have found that people's lashes who are straight or go straight down don't like Bad Gal Bang. And I'm wondering if it's just too heavy for the lashes, whereas me, like I have curly lashes. I love it. My best friend Lauren, she's got the curliest lashes I've ever seen in my life. She loves it. So, you know, I started realizing, okay, lashes are just like the hair on the head, duh. All right, so am I gonna do some liner? What am I doing? Do I feel like doing a little liner? Amber, what are you doing? I'll do a little bit underneath. This is my favorite eyeliner. It is the Sephora collection eyeliner. This ain't new. Are y'all still putting mascara on the bottom? I feel like the trend right now is a lot of girls aren't. I don't mind it. It just depends. One of my clients was saying that she stopped because she felt like no matter what, it kept running on her. And I asked her what, facial moisturizer or eye cream she was using, and I forgot what it was, but I told her it was probably too emollient, and that's why mascara was running. All right, so Benefit Fan Fest makes my eyelashes look like they are lash extensions. Here we go. I would love to get lash extensions. However, the time, and baby, that just don't fit in the budget, because I did love it when my lashes were done, but golly, the time. The time. Like, come on, get in my face. Can you see? So mascara over here, no mascara over here. So pretty. I think I might even like this mascara better than the Bad Gal Bang. Now, I haven't tried the new one yet. The Bounce, I believe is what it's called. It has like a really interesting component too. House Labs came out with a new mascara. I don't know what the deal is with that one, but I was messing around with it, and the component for that one, like, it was messy. It was very messy, so I was like, uh-oh, I might need to go back to the drawing board with that one, because I'm not into it. And last but not least, some new lip products. So Makeup by Mario, this is the Super Shine Lip Gloss in the shade Rose Crush. I love this. It's a basic lip gloss. There's really not much pigmentation to it. However, it feels great on the lips. It's hydrating, not too sticky, not too tacky, right? But then I saw this. This is the Huda Beauty, the Ooh Baby, and I was like, ooh, how is this gonna look? I was very skeptical at first, and I was very concerned. So, wipe off my lips. Here's how I like to wear it, because it can definitely give like Tyrone from Chappelle at first, but just stay with me, okay? So I'm gonna line my lips. This is my favorite lip liner, Sephora collection in Molasses. And Rocket is now officially snoring. He done went to his bed over here. My dogs have been very clingy this past week, especially Caesar. Caesar is not clingy at all, and he has been like with your girl. All right. And then what I like to do is I just take my finger. If I'm on a client, I'll use a brush. I'll use a brush. And I know someone's going to say, what brush is this? You can't get it. It is an ABH brush that used to come with our eyeshadow palettes. So this just blurs it down. I'm gonna take this. It's gonna be scary at first, I promise, okay? See? But hold on. Like, I think this is perfect for those girls who want like that Instagram baddie lip. Like, this is inappropriate. I shouldn't say that. I'm not gonna say it. I love Huda glosses because of the shine, and it is a gloss that actually lasts on the lips. I know that's one reason why a lot of people don't like lip gloss. I love her gloss. So that is the Ooh Baby. So you can use this. Let me see, here's my other one in Foxy. For this particular shade, how I would use this is if I were, you know, someone's wanting like more of a nude lip, especially if you're my complexion or deeper, then I would just pair it with a dark lip liner. If I need to lighten something, if I want to put like a little gloss in the center of the lip, this is how I would use it. But yeah, I'm not mad at it. So let me go like finish drying my hair and then we'll come back. Oh no, my mic fell. So let me finish drying my hair and then we'll come back and talk about what else is new at Sephora. All right, y'all. Okay, I am back. Hair dried, fluff. When I tell you I've been going through the gigs with my hair, I've been going through the gigs. However, I think we have finally gotten to a place where thou shall not break no more. Long story long. Your girl was stressed. Hair started snapping, breaking, got a haircut. It was cool. And I just, you know, I kept trimming the top myself and trimming and trimming and trimming. Then I finally got to a place where I was just kind of like, chick, you need a sufficient haircut. Cut the crusties and the dusties. The same thing that I tell my clients is what I had to tell myself. So I had to just get it off. Anywho, hair is dried and fluffed. Hands are no longer ashy in Jesus' name. Let's talk about what else is new at Sephora. So all I am doing is pulled up the Sephora app, went to what's new, and we're just gonna take a little breeze through, okay? So Anastasia Beverly Hills Foundation, we talked about it. The Huda Beauty, Ube. What is this? What is it? Ube birthday cake. Talked about that. Patrick Ta, new blush colors. Huda Beauty, the blush soft glow liquid lips blushes. I don't know. I don't know. I was playing with it the other day, and I think for me with liquid blushes, Rare Beauty's still gonna take it, you guys. Rare Beauty's still gonna take it. I love this too. This is the NARS liquid blushes. Now, if you are a true like makeup no makeup girly, you will love this. So on days when I'm not doing anything, I just want to throw a little something on, I'll put my Sephora Micro Smooth under my eyes in the center of my face. Then I'll put this on. This is in the shade Orgasm Rush. Sickening. This ain't new, but I think it came out maybe around the holidays. Okay, everyone that comes through, they like say, and for me, it just don't hit for me. It just, and I think a lot of it has to do just more so with my mind, right? So I don't look at products from a traditional like beauty influencer standpoint. I see it through the lens of my pro makeup artistry eyes and what makes the most sense to me. And I get like I get it's trendy. I get it's probably more so for the everyday girly, I think. I don't know. This is just my assessment for the people that come in looking for it in store. But for me, I'm just kind of like, you're spending money and then it doesn't last. I don't know. Glow Recipe has Watermelon Glow, Niacinamide, Hue Drop Serum, and I believe, what is this? They have a new shade called the Rose Glow. I've used the one without the glow, and I used the one with the, I think it's like Sunset or a Gold Glow. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of this product. I use it on my skin in the morning. Niacinamide is great. The Huda Beauty Easy Blur. There's new shades, which is amazing. So there's some deeper shades. The Charlotte Tilbury, Hollywood Flawless Contour Wand. We got new shades of those. The Natasha Denona Mini Eye Sculpt Eyeshadow Palette. I don't know. At first, I was like, yeah, And just solely because that black shade, I hope it's similar to the same shade as in Spot that's in Biba, but I'm not sure. I would need to see it. I don't have it at my store. The Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Contours. So I have been enjoying these. I've been playing around with them on clients and on myself. What I appreciate about this is it is a good color. First of all, the shades, beautiful shade range. Selena Gomez, she did her big one with her products. For me personally, I tend to roll my eyes when celebrities come out with makeup products. I do. I personally feel across the board, the best celebrity makeup brand is Rare Beauty. Now I know a lot are like, oh my God, Fenty. I'm sorry, Fenty just doesn't have enough products for me that I like. I only truly like 3 products from Fenty. That's it. And everything else for me, I'm just not into it. With Rare, there's a lot of products I like with Rare. And also the hard thing with Fenty is it is so warm. It is so warm to the point where I feel that is why so many people have a hard time with it. Fenty turns a lot of people orange and ain't nobody trying to talk about it. And I think it's because people have a hard time separating the fact that, oh, it's Rihanna. We got to support a black woman. I don't got no problems with Rihanna. I'm going to always support a black woman. But put all that to the side. I'm looking at the product. Okay, the product. Fenty runs orange on a lot of folks, from the fairest of the fair to the deepest of the deep. I said it. Doesn't make it bad because I like the Fenty foundation for me because I am an oily skin gal, you dig? So, anywho, I think Selena, she did her big one. It's quite amazing. Let's see, the Ooh Baby Gloss we've already talked about. The Benefit Brow Pencil we've already talked about. Makeup by Mario. This is what I wanted to talk about. The Urban Decay Moon Dust Glitter Eyeshadow. So I wanted to use Diamond Dog. I was going to buy Diamond Dog, so I thought it would be perfect for my kit. And I tested it out on my client that I had, and it just, I don't know. I'm going to keep playing around with it because I really do like it. And I know it's going to look great for my stage glam, but I guess I was expecting a little bit more background to it, and it was just more glittery than what I was intending, which I didn't mind. Like, I knew it was going to be glitter, but I just thought it had a little bit more depth behind it. So I don't know. I think I'm going to continue to play around with it and work and see. Let's see. Summer Fridays and these lip oils. I don't get the lip oil rage. I don't get it. I'm not a lip oil girly. Again, nothing wrong with them, but I'm like, the lip oil is a thing, and I'm not sure. Speaking of lip oil, the Dior Addict Lip Moisturizer Pumping Gloss. That's another one. I have one. I personally wouldn't spend $40 on it. No, I wouldn't. I don't think it's worth $40 either. And I didn't. I got mine in gratis because there's just no way in the world that I would pay $40 for a lip gloss. To me, that is nuts. Nutso. So this Sol de Janeiro, the Delicia Drench in the purple, I have this. I've already almost ran through my body wash, and I have the body butter, Maravilloso. It smells so freaking good. I love it, love it, love it. That I will spend my hard-earned money on because it's just like a self-care moment. I don't know about y'all, but my shower time is a ting, okay? I like my shower time. I like to have my candle. I like to have my body washes. I'm into it. I am into it. NARS has new shades. And these shades are beautiful. They have new deeper shades. I swatched some of them on my hand. And then there's also a new shade called Lima. And so it's going to be for the fair girls that actually do have a little bit of that yellow to the skin. That's a really pretty shade as well. Here's what we have to understand. I'm going to share some of like my pro knowledge with y'all. Certain brands do specific undertones good. If someone's got a yellow or a golden undertone, I'm going to always go straight to NARS because NARS is going to do it every single time, right? Then let's see what else. The Dior Addict Lip Glow Balm. Again, I swatched these and I was drastically underwhelmed. Drastically underwhelmed. Don't get it. Do not understand the hype. Now, was there anything else? I guess there's not. Oh, Sephora collection has new lip glosses. These are amazing. So the Glossed Hydrating Longwear Lip Gloss, 14 doll hairs. Get that over the Dior lip gloss because these are banging. And then Amika has this Superstar Lightweight Hairstyling Oil. I have not had a my bad, y'all. My camera battery died. Okay, so I personally have not had a chance to try it out on someone's hair. I've just messed with it a little bit at work, and then the Amika rep was actually there. We were talking hair. However, I have to do my friend's hair next week, so I'm going to test out on her and see how that goes. The House Labs, not concealer, the House Labs mascara, the component, gets messy very, very quickly. And I guess that's it. For some reason, I thought there were more things that caught my attention, but I guess not. Maybe not. Okay, so we will end it right here. Alright, y'all, so that's going to wrap up today's video. Get ready with me, chit chat, what's new at Sephora, playing with some new products, and, a few Amberp beauty tips here and there. Down below, let me know if you enjoyed this type of style of video. Let me know if you've tried any of these new products that I have or are currently out, and if there's something in particular, here we go. If there's something in particular that you want me to review, that you want me to talk about, whatever the case may be, let me know down below in the comments. As usual, y'all, thank you so, so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Go out there and cast one more net.